You're listening to a segment of the A Play on Nerds podcast. To listen to the full episode, be sure to check us out at aplayonnerds.com or find us on iTunes, YouTube, or SoundCloud. Enjoy!
Here at Play on Nerds, we have developed an interesting rating system to bring to you our ideas on the trailers we're about to review. At the low end of the scale, we have Burn It, where we think you should find every copy you can get your hands on and throw it into a barrel fire.
Kill it with fire. And our next step is Drunk Watch, which means that, yeah, I'd watch this movie. It'd be entertaining if I was under the influence of some kind of substance of some kind. But if I was sober, probably not going to check this thing out.
Nope, not going to see it. Next, we've got We'll See, which is maybe we just don't know enough about this movie to tell what the hell it's going to be.
Could be good, could be bad, not sure. And our next category would be Get the Couch Ready, which means I'm definitely going to check this movie out at home. Wouldn't necessarily pay the big bucks of seeing it in theaters, but I'm definitely going to watch it at home, so get that couch ready.
After that, we have Take a Look, where we are recommending for you, our viewers and listeners, to check out this movie and check out the trailer and tell us what you think about it. We wanted to see what you guys think.
It looks pretty good, but we're not quite sure yet.
Yeah, take a look.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And for our final and best category, we have Shut Up and Take My Money.
Shut up and take my money.
This looks so awesome, we're gonna see it.
That's where we cannot wait to give Hollywood bigwigs all of the money that we have earned at work to go see a film for $47. We're so excited, we just have to go see it. We don't have a choice.
And that is our A Play on Nerds official copyrighted trademark system for rating our movie trailers.
So I think we should, this is a logical path that we first talk about Batman v Superman, or is it Batman versus Superman?
I'd say go for the versus.
I like what Nerdist calls it. They call it Batman v Superman Dawn of Justin. That's what it is.
Can we call it Batman this Superman?
Yes, we should.
This.
Today is a day for truth. The world needs to know what happened and to know what he stands for. That kind of power is very dangerous. Let the record show that this committee holds him responsible.
That's how it starts. The fever. The rage that turns good men cruel.
This Bat Vigilante is like a one-man reign of terror.
You don't get to decide what the right thing is. Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
This means something. It's all some people have. It's all that gives them hope.
People hate what they don't understand. Be their hero, Clark. Be their angel. Be their monument. Be anything they need you to be. Or be none of it. You don't owe this world a thing. You never did.
Do you know the oldest lie in America, Senator? The devils don't come from hell beneath us. They come from the sky.
20 years in Gotham, how many good guys are left? How many stayed that way? He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and we have to destroy him. You're gonna go to war. He is not our enemy.
Black and blue. God versus man. Day versus night. The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
So what do you think, Steve?
So I think that they showed just like my problem with almost every trailer. I feel like they showed a ton, and it makes me excited because it tells me that either there is no more story and we have nothing to look forward to, or there's a whole side of the story that they're not showing us anything about.
That's what I'm hoping.
And that's my hope.
Yeah.
I think that the confrontation between Batman and Superman is going to be out of the way in the first half of the film, and the second half of the film is going to be about something bigger.
That would be great. Because I am one of the people who had no problem with Man of Steel. I really liked Man of Steel, the movie.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And I really didn't give a shit that he killed Zod at the end. I'm like, he had to kill him. There wasn't really another choice. I mean, you could disagree because you have a long history with the comics and you know the character better, but this is a new version of Superman. And he was painting himself. You could see it in his face. He was crying and he didn't want to have to kill him. It was his last connection to his home world, but he was going to kill these innocent humans. And
he had to go.
He had to do it. And he knew that this guy would never stop. That made total sense to me, but everyone is ranting and raving about it. And the fact that he killed all those innocent humans by destroying the city. Yes, that is awful.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, too.
But they are directly addressing it in this movie. You can tell that from the trailer. They're like,
there's political backlash against Superman.
Because he killed people, and he's a god, so basically he could kill the entire human race, so someone's got to do something about it, and there's Batman.
And for some reason, Wonder Woman.
Which we don't know why yet. That's why I think you're right.
Yeah, we don't know why.
About that greater good, the greater cause thing is going to happen, because they didn't really explain any of that. But the visuals, I think, were awesome looking. I always like Zack Snyder's visuals, at least. Sometimes his movies start shitty, like that Sucker Punch movie wasn't that great of a movie, but it was visually awesome.
Visually very cool.
Visual. The judicial system.
But no, the hardest part I've always had with the dichotomy of Superman and Batman is that Superman really isn't at a disadvantage at any point. And that's going to be a tough sell.
I think they show that one shot of Lex with kryptonite, so I think they must put that in Batman's outfit. That must be the whole idea.
Oh, yeah. But it's always, Batman's really good at hiding and stealth, but Superman can see through walls and shit. There's always... Superman always has the upper hand, so it's hard for me to take Batman seriously.
You were going to say something, Patrick.
You guys answered a lot, because I wasn't sure if this took place directly after the Man of Steel film, because because you see the shots in the trailer of the buildings being cut down, and the Bruce Wayne, we won't talk about who it's played by, running and being like, no, this isn't okay, and running and then standing with the little girl. And
it's probably a flashback to those events, like they're going to show in the movie.
And that makes sense. And now, as far as the Wonder Woman and Steven's comment about Batman and Superman, now granted, we do have in place that Superman killed somebody. That is the violation of Superman's moral code.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Batman's moral code really too. But the thing I think you get from that is the only weakness Superman has, is this moral code. And now it's been questioned, and that's why they're that the whole placement of Superman versus Batman. But yes, Batman is severely underpowered. But they address that in the trailer too. It's man versus God. Like, I mean, in a real battle versus a man versus a godlike character, man stands no chance. And so what saves Batman is Superman's moral code of not killing him.
So he
can beat him to death. He can beat him nearly to death, but not kill him. And in addressing Man of Steel, he kills him. One, like you said, Jarman, he's not going to stop, and he's paying. He is the sacrifice for the death that was just gone through, knocking down buildings and cutting through stuff and all the innocent lives. Yeah. He is the toll. He is the payment or the sacrifice.
I thought it was fine. Yeah. I was like,
I'm totally on board with. This came from a friend that I watched the trailer with this weekend. Half of the movie is going to be the conflict between Batman and Superman, and then obviously they're going to team up and they're going to fight something else.
I've heard rumors of Doomsday in there somewhere.
See, that's what I was hoping for, but I think if they're planning on making any more movies, which something you certainly have to consider these days, this is only the second of Superman films. So Doomsday effectively in the comic book series kills Superman. Mm-hmm. So that would be a good third movie.
But then Superman comes back with a nice 90s mullet. So that's how it works.
Fair enough. But I think that's where Wonder Woman and stuff's going to play in, is the second half.
I hope that's how Jesus came back, too.
The 90s mullet.
Showed up 3 days later with a sweet mullet.
You know he did. That the same Jesus? Yeah, that's him. He just has really bad fashion sense.
But yeah, either way, no matter what, this is getting a shut up and take my money from me. I'll go see it.
Same here. I mean, I'm going to see it no matter what. What about you, Patty?
unexpected, Steven, but I'm also shut up and take my money. I was going to say, if you think Jarman's nice to movies, I'm doubly nice. Money? Here, you can have it.
I'm excited. I might be struck down for this, but I'm excited to see Ben Affleck be Superman. Batman.
He looks good to me.
I'm excited.
He looks like a great grizzled older Batman. I like it.
Yeah. Come out of retirement to face off with Superman. That seems good to me.
I also like the butler's name.
Jeremy Irons as
yes,
Alfred.
See, you couldn't remember his name either.
There you go. He seems like they made him look a little too young, because you can make Jeremy Irons look older at this point, but they made him look even younger than he is.
Maybe Jeremy Irons didn't want to look old.
Maybe he didn't. I can't do his voice.
No, you can't.
I just remember Jeremy from Die Hard 3, which he was awesome in.
Yes, he was awesome in that.
I can't go past without saying the one thing that trailer that really bothered me was Jesse Eisenberg saying that line at the end, "The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming." It just sounded really lame, and that was like a stupid line because it doesn't even make any sense. Like,
all of his appearances in the trailer make him look super lame.
What's the last thing he says? He says something can suck my, and they cut him off.
He doesn't say that in the trailer.
Did I not hear that? Did I just make that up?
I think you made that up.
You're just imagining Jesse Eisenberg asking to suck you off. That's what I understand.
It's not
you want the fake inventor of Facebook to suck you off.
But yeah, it can take my money. I'll shove it down those Hollywood producers' throats. Let's move on to our next film, The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and they just released this today officially, I think.
Because it was leaked yesterday or the day before, but it was really terrible.
And initially I was confused why they were filming and releasing this so soon after Batman vs. Superman. And I realized, of course, because they need a lot of the same actors, so they're just kind of keeping them on schedule and under contract for a shorter period of time. Just getting them filmed quickly, one after another. That made total sense after I thought about it for 2 seconds, especially Ben Affleck, who's probably the most in demand of all of them.
It's taking some work, but I finally have them. The worst of the worst.
Where?
Let's just say I put him in a hole and threw away the hole.
There's rumors, Amanda, that some of them have abilities.
Oh, yeah. I have seen things. Maybe Superman was some kind of beacon for them to creep back from the shadows. I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet who I think can do some good.
They're bad guys.
Exactly. And if anything goes wrong, we blame them. We have built-in deniability.
What makes you think you can control them?
Because getting people to act against their own self-interest is what I do for a living.
Are you the devil?
All you need to know is you work for me.
So that's it, huh? We're the patsies. We're some kind of suicide squad.
Let's go save the world.
You're in so much trouble. I hope you got insurance.
You know what they say about the crazy ones?
Huh? If I'd only see
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
that the joke was on me.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
But no, Suicide Squad, it makes me excited to see a movie about villains, which really hasn't been done in ever. I can't think of the last film where it was centered on villains.
Well, I did hear someone say something about, I think it's the Movie Fights podcast. They're talking about how it's going to turn out lame where all the villains aren't really villains and they were forced to be villains for some reason. So that way you'll have to be able to sympathize with all of them. And he's wishing that it'd be more like the comics where they actually are all evil bastards and just they have to fight because they have a chip in their necks that'll explode if they go against their mission, basically. So I hope they're not all, because they show a lot in the trailer of Will Smith with his daughter, early on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's just a good guy put in a bad situation, but some of them should be dicks. They should be villains. That's the whole point of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, true. And who knows? Maybe this could be the movie where they lose any humanity. They had to show us their humanity so that when they lose it, it makes that much more sense.
Possible.
Like, this could be the film where they set them up as hardened villains.
It looks fun, though. What do you think, Patty?
I'm very excited. I mean, if nothing else, I'm excited for the recreation of the Joker-like character, as well as a Harley Quinn that's doesn't appear to be completely a moron. And I mean, it's one of my favorite characters. I mean, she's obviously very popular among the crowds of nerdiness.
Well, she's always deceptively a moron, right? Like, she kind of just acts like one, but she really is actually very smart because she was a psychiatrist in the comics, or in the TV show originally, and then the comics. And then just becomes crazy. So she is smart, but just nuts.
If nothing else, I'm very excited that I'm happy that we have Will Smith in it. Now, granted, Will Smith has done a lot of things and people feel usually 100% one way or 100% a different way about him. If nothing else, if it is a bad movie, if the plot does not come together, it'll be a bearable, watchable movie because he's in it. Like, I don't know, for whatever he does, sometimes what he does is great, and sometimes what he does isn't great, but it's never just completely awful. I would never burn it.
I've got an alternate theory. In big ensemble casts like this, the most popular and highest paid actor is always the first one to die.
Or he takes more of the screen time when we don't really want him to, because that character isn't that.
That's true.
That character isn't that great or that interesting, perhaps, but they're giving him a lot more time even in the previews. I'm worried about that, giving him too much time.
Yeah, but I think Will Smith has to be the highest paid actor in the cast, and so he'll either go first or he'll be the center of the film for some reason.
For some reason, yeah.
I mean, he appears in the trailer to be the leader. Like, to be the organized leader, if that makes any sense, of the group, as far as on the ground. He's the tactical leader.
Well, what's funny is that he's not, actually. The guy who played in the RoboCop reboot, who played RoboCop,
yeah,
he's the leader of the Suicide Squad in this movie. But they showed him for about 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, like 2 seconds in one
which
shot.
Which is funny, because he's in the comics and in this movie, he's casted as the guy, I forgot his name right now, but he's the leader of the Suicide Squad. And he had like one snippet of a line, that was it.
Well, good job, guys. Now I'm worried because they obviously feature Will Smith as the center of the photo when they released the cast and the center of the trailer photo.
There are a couple cast members that really only got 1 to 2 seconds in the trailer, which could just be an indication that the movie's about something much bigger than we can actually see right now.
And they could just be using a lot of Will Smith in promo materials because he's Will Smith. So that makes sense.
True.
Yeah, I mean, it will attract audiences. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, I'm shut up and take my money. I'm going to see it.
Yeah, this one's taking my money too. I'll go see this.
Man, we are being sweeped this week by shut up and take my money.
Well, I can't resist a big blockbuster that's guaranteed to have some good action, some good laughs, and a decent cast.
And compare this to our bad weeks where there's no trailers for us to watch. It's like Ragnarok or one of those shitty movies.
Man, I was thinking we should do that. We should actually review movies that we reviewed trailers for.
The ones that we said we were going to burn.
Yeah, like Ragnarok. That's a great example.
It's on Netflix right now.
Make yourself watch the movies you said you wouldn't watch.
Absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
They had me at Harley Quinn, so.
Oh, yeah. Yep. She's great.
All right, so this week, this might be the first time that we have unanimously given all films reviewed Shut Up and Take My Money. This might be a
with
first.
3 people, no less.
That's true.
Very true.